What is up, this is Bobox, and today I have another Going for 2 tips and tricks video, and today we're going to be focusing on the Imp. And I have shown Super Brain 6 tips and tricks, I got very confused there, and Captain Deadbeard. And today, like I said, we're focusing on the Imp. And now, before I even start with 5 tips and tricks in the video, I have shown basically all of these tricks that you could do on my channel, and if you know these already, then I'm sorry that you already knew these, but these are very old tips and tricks, and I hope you guys enjoy. Now, most of them are in the backyard, and maybe there's gonna be 1 or 2 that you could do in multiplayer that really might help slash not really help, and I'm sorry for that. These are kind of fun tricks that you could do that's simple. Now, they might look like glitches, where some of them are glitches, but they're not even glitches at all. They're just things that you could do in a second that makes the game really fun to play as an Imp. Now, hope you enjoy. If you do, please do drop a like on that. Let's get started. So the first one is going to be the most simple one and not really fun one to do, but it can maybe, if you can, trick a person into thinking that you're not calling in your mech, basically because you don't show the phone that you're calling in, but all of a sudden you just stay still and then your mech is there and they didn't know maybe you were going to call in your mech. And to do that, all you're going to do is have your mech ready to deploy, and when you deploy, all you're going to do is do a gesture. And as you can see, all you see is the phone signal, but that's it. And basically your mech is just there and you don't see a phone, and you could think that you trick someone into doing that you're not calling a mech. That's really it. Don't know what I was going with there. And now the second trick that you can do in the backyard only is 2 things. So if you are the host of the match, all you're going to do is, if you want your mech to be fully recharged, you're going to basically come up to hit this right here where you join the plans. In your mech, you gotta make sure you're in your mech. You go to join the plants, and this is when you're a host, guys. And you're just gonna go back to the zombies, and your mech is going to be instantly recharged. Now, if you are not the host in your backyard or in someone's backyard, if you're not the host, when you're in your mech, just simply warp home. And if you warp home while in the mech when you're not the host in someone's backyard, your mech is instantly recharged, which is really cool as a trick for you guys to get your mech instantly recharged. When you're in your mech and it's about to run out of power, just warp home if you're not the host. And unfortunately, if you're the host, you have to walk all the way up here to get it recharged. If you don't want to wait like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, that takes quite a while. Now, the third trick is where you can get super jump as the Imp in the backyard, which is really cool because you could jump really high and it's just a ton of fun. Now, all you're going to do is go to the football slash soccer field in the backyard, which is by the plant side of the map. And once you get over here, you're just going to simply activate the game. Okay, they're not following me. So you're going to start a match, right? Oh. Once you start a match, you're going to make sure that your mech is fully recharged, ready to deploy. All you're going to do is come right to the edge over here, call on your mech. Once you call on your mech, you're going to simply then go over and get out of it. And as you can see, you still have that effect underneath your feet. And if you try to, you can jump quite high. But this is what you gotta do. You're gonna wait for your mech to be fully done, and you're gonna wait for it to run out of power. And you're gonna make sure that you don't go back into the soccer slash football field. You're just gonna walk away, you know, not too far also. But once your mech runs out of power and when you eject out, you will have super jump, which is very cool because it lasts forever basically. And this is the key thing. If you eject out while it's in power still and it didn't force you to get eject out, if you just press triangle or whatever button it is to eject out yourself, then you're gonna have it for quite a bit, but then you're gonna lose the effect of having super jump basically. So you don't want that to happen. Now you can also do the same exact thing with the flag of power. You can get the, you don't get the the flag of power onto your character as an imp, but you can if you raise the flag, and then when it's about to get captured by the plant, you can simply basically just call in your mech right when it's about to get captured, the flag of power, get taken over, and then you'll have the effect of the powerness, that's another tiny trick that you can do. But as you can see, we waited quite a bit for it to run out, and once it runs out, you can see that we have the effect still, and we also have a mech fully recharged, because I did go back and forth in the mech thing to instantly recharge it. That's another thing. But as you can see, we can jump very high really easily, and it's just a ton of fun to do this as a glitch. I thought I could show you guys this, and I think you guys will enjoy this little tiny trick. And you can show your friends this. Now, like I said, I have shown basically all these tricks on my channel before, or you might have seen it in other people's videos on how to do these things. But that was the third trick. Now, moving on to the fourth trick, and yeah, this one involves you going into the multiplayer. Now, what you're going to do is, this is how you're going to get 0 gravity, basically, in online multiplayer, in any map that basically has no gravity. And you can do this in an online multiplayer game with no crazy settings. So you can either do, let's get into it, so we're going to do solo. You can either do the map on Turf Takeover, which is Herbal Assault, Moonbase Z. You could either do it on this map, or you could do it on basically the smaller maps that's not Turf Takeover, and you can also do it on Lunar Landing. Either one, you can only do it on these two maps, basically without crazy settings, to get 0 gravity. It's a little trick you can do. It's very old. I expect a lot of you guys to know this, but it's just a little trick I want to show you guys in this video. So we're just gonna start up this one with no one in it, and I'll see you guys there when we get into it. Okay guys, so moving on to the fourth trick. Like I said, this is how you're going to get 0 gravity in an online match. Now, the first thing you need to do is make sure that your mech is being ready to deploy, and you're going to basically be outside of the map, or wherever you're on the map. You're going to make sure you're in the part of the map where you actually have 0 gravity right now. Then you're going to want to come up to one of these doors right here, wherever you're in the map. There's like, I think, 2 stages where they have this in Herbal Assault, that map, Moonbase Z. But you're going to basically call in your mech, and you're going to walk inside the place where it has gravity. Once you walk in, you're going to simply just eject out, and as you can see, you now have 0 gravity, which is very cool. And it's just awesome, jumping higher, and it does make you move slower, but it is quite fun. You can get a little bit more height when you're doing this, and you might confuse some people. Now, that was the fourth trick. Hopefully you guys understood that. I think that was kind of simple and easily could be understood. If you didn't, then try to watch it back and try to understand it. Now we're going to move on to the last trick, where this one's kind of simple, and it's really helpful if you like sniping as an imp, or let's say a Z7 imp, if you like getting up to high places where you can use your mech. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so for the final trick, this is going to make you get up to high places when you want to get up as an imp, where you cannot get up as an imp. So right here, as an example, if I want to get up there to that right there, as you can see, we cannot reach it or even get anywhere close. Maybe if you do some things on the side there, but this is just, we'll use it as an example. So we cannot get up there. As you can see, we are too short of a height to do it. And say like if you don't want to do, this is for multiplayer, but this is one of the best things I like using, this wall right here, this to get up high places with some characters. So all you're gonna do is want your mech to be fully recharged, or say like if you want to get up to a high spot and your mech's about to die, you want to maybe get up to a high spot just right before it ejects out. So all you're going to do is get your mech in, or if you're already in mech, go to a wall. If you try jumping on there, and say like if you can't reach it when you're not in the mech, call in the mech, or if you're already in the mech, you know, if you want to try this out, I don't know really how to explain this, but you're gonna basically make sure that you're forward, away from the wall, facing away from the wall in the mech, and you're just gonna simply eject out. And if you move backwards, you should be able to get on top. As you can see now, we are clearly on top of the place that we weren't able to get on top of just before. And all you gotta do, like I said, is just eject out of your mech, face in the opposite direction. You can face towards it, but as you can see, it does launch you backwards a bit, so it is easier to face the opposite direction of the wall or place you're trying to get up to. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you one extra trick that you can do if you did not know this trick. Basically, a lot of people use this trick as when you're fighting an enemy and your mech's about to eject. Now this is basically used by a lot of people, and this trick is, I'm trying to tell this for the new people that don't know this trick. I expect a lot of people, for you guys to know how to do this trick, and it's really good. It's a really good method to use when you're in a battle in an online multiplayer match, or if you're having fun with a friend. It's very funny to do also. So all you gotta do is, like, if you're in your mech and you are fighting, and basically you're alive still, you're about to eject out though, and it runs out of power. So I'm gonna call it in, right? We're gonna pretend that it runs out of power, okay? But it has not. So they're whacking, right? These plants and everything. So say if it ejects out, right? Eject out right now. I'm gonna do it. You're gonna simply throw your gravity grenade right above it, and it'll basically launch them up. And it will do a ton of damage, and then you could finish them off once they do that, and you get launched off. Now, sometimes if you throw it right after you eject out, like instantly you throw the gravity grenade right after you eject out, it's not gonna work really most of the times. It's just gonna simply, bounce off. It's gonna not even go close to where you actually threw it, which is kind of weird. So you might want to wait like half a second or a second to then throw it at the mech, and then it'll pick up them above the mech, and you'll explode them and do a ton of damage, and then you can finish them off as a method of fighting. Now, like I said, that was a method or trick that you could do if you didn't know how to do it, for the noobs of the game or the new people that didn't know it. I expect everyone that knows this game and plays it a lot, that you knew that trick. But then guys, that is the 5 tricks for the imp. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you guys thought this was helpful. Like I said, I have showed all these basically on my channel before, and you might not have seen it, so that's why I'm showing them all in one. But hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day. If you didn't drop a like, please do, because that really makes me happy, and I really do appreciate the support, guys. But you do not have to drop a like. But thank you for stopping by. I really do. Have a good rest of your night. See you in the next one. Bye bye.